How did it all start? Well, I gotta say, probably many late night coffee sessions, and
I said, I'm going to culinary school. Why don't we let's do a cooking show?
no, we always like as we've mentioned many times, like the cooking of the ribs, the barbecue delicacies.
The BBQ.
And
So we shot an email. I worded it because I'm the more
eloquent of
eloquent.
the two. Yeah.
Josh is still using snail mail, so I shoot an email telling then. We had several meetings. We knew it was for real when right after we were talking about the 4th of July, we knew that was a big beast to be reckoned with then.
Oh yeah.
Because we had only shot, 2 or 3 shows, and then we dive into a huge undertaking, which wasn't very simple.
No,
know.
not at all.
It took a lot more planning than just setting up a booth and cooking at it.
No, right? Yeah, it's from all the man hours that we spent. I mean, at least 2 or 3 days, not through the night, I won't say, but 2 or 3 days, just working long hours. And
you got some nice blisters from the chickens. You don't think cutting up 10 chickens is that bad, but do it in an hour. And the biggest obstacle with working with a partner was for me to create enough dishes to where we could both be involved in that. Like the chicken dish, I remember after the pizza episode, I said, I'm coming back with a vengeance. And I made a classic French dish and then a different pasta and chicken dish. And you were working on pasta pretty much the whole time.
yeah, right.
And that was just, lack of planning. But I think that it worked out great because people would say, man, you guys jive off of each other great. You got, I like the little banter, and Josh has this little mysterious aura around him where all he's got his little, oh man.
Oh. I gotta say, Chris and I have known each other for a huge amount of years.
I can't even remember when I met you.
No, it's an exorbitant amount of knee-high to a duck.
I was gonna say pint-sized Cabbage Patch Kids, but knee-high to a duck.
Knee-high to a duck, but
I still don't like you that much, to be honest.
no, you haven't really grown on me either. But I think we mesh well, and other people seem to think so. That's their opinion.
Who are we to argue?
Yeah. But I think everything's worked out very well, and we seem to jive off each other, and people seem to enjoy it. So that's all we can chalk it up to.
I started getting requests for recipes, and I'm sitting there going, well, I don't really have any standardized recipes. I can give you a standardized bread recipe, but I mean, somebody asked me for the ribs recipe, and when you and I cook, it's like, do you feel like spicy today? Nah, I'd like a little bit sweet today. All right.
Yeah, you just take a relatively generic sort of, not necessarily generic recipe, it might be a little bit fancier, but you're going to add your own flavor and spice it up. You're going to put things that you like into it, make it enjoyable for the people that you're around. You know what other people like. And
cooking shouldn't be a job.
No. We know our director, Neil, hates green peppers.
Hates green peppers.
And if you'll notice, many of our dishes
had all the bell peppers.
have peppers in them. And I don't know if that was just too...
Well, I know you and I personally, we could eat just like an apple green peppers, but after we found out that Neil didn't like green peppers, we went at it. We went right for the throat. And we threw in the orange, yellow, red, green.
And they have a great aesthetic appeal. You're very good looking on the camera, especially the pizza head. I know it wasn't your favorite episode, but it looked
nice.
Great.
Yeah. One of my favorite moments throughout all the episodes was the clashing between Neil and Steve. I loved it, but it was because they could go from going at their throats, and the next minute they're lovey-dovey talking about their favorite movie. And I just always found that funny that the littlest things would turn into this big thing, and me and Josh would just all of a sudden shrink back and kick back and watch them go at it. And then they'd turn at us and be like, well, what are you doing? Let's go. Let's film.
One thing, people are always asking me to bring them food. it'll be like a week later. I'm like, do you understand that we filmed like a month ago? And you could have brought the food to me. Well, it's usually all eaten. We've got a large crew here, and not necessarily a huge amount of food. So it's usually the food's eaten. Can't bring it to you.
Yeah, my favorite episode was the Bears episode, the sausage episode. Although watching it, when we were stuffing the sausage, I put the wrong thing on in the stuffer, so it was blending it and trying to push it through the strainer. And so we're on TV, and I'm ramming this stuff down, and Josh is standing there, and just a little bit of sausage is coming out, and I'm waiting for it. And that was a fun episode because we had Fetch and my brother come on. It was right in the heat of the Bears season, and we got to recreate the super fans, which was awesome. And the least favorite episode is the pizza episode. That one. The food was great, but I used a dough recipe that I got off the back of a bag of flour, and it seized up because you made it really soon, and that recipe, for some reason, it needed to be made and make and bake.
Done right away,
And you made it early, which would be fine if it was, like good sturdy pizza dough. You let it like rest overnight. Little technical difficulties. This is some real troublesome dough. And I'm struggling on TV, getting this thing in the deep dish of wonderful surprise. If there's any holes, Josh is over there breezing, oh, it's a deep dish, Chris. To hit you with a rolling pin.
Oh, absolute favorite, I would probably say, was probably the Moroccan episode. There was a lot of just ridiculous banter in that one, and I always enjoy that.
We came prepped too. Had all that information. That's a Moroccan rule. Remember that, my friend. We let him eat till he's satisfied.
I would say least favorite was probably the Thanksgiving episode. So it was cold out, and it was very uncomfortable for, I'm sure, everybody that was there, the film crew and everybody involved, and a lot of things just kind of went wrong. The pots were a little too hot when we put the butter in them.
Yeah.
It was smoking all over, and actually the turkey came out really well.
The soup still turned out. I think it turned out, but it was very arduous.
Yeah, it was kind of a tough deal to continue on with.
Oh, season 2 is going to be great if time allows. I'd like to carry on. I know you, because you said that was your favorite episode, the Moroccan one. After that one, we started coming with information, and I think that we can go back and we can do, because at first I was afraid of doing meatloaf, because I'm like, everybody cooks meatloaf, but if we make meatloaf and we're showing, 10 different ways to make it and coming at you with information, well, where did meatloaf originate? Your mom makes a good meatloaf, I'm sure, but I'd like to let you know where meatloaf came from.
Yeah, well, that's the thing that we seem to be switching up a lot more little factoids getting thrown in. In the beginning, we just kind of talked about the food and everything. Now we're getting more into the history of it, the different variations and everything like that. And I think it makes it for a lot more informative, a lot easier to watch. I'll say it's not a chore to watch it.
Constantine once banned the eating of sausages. And that actually happened in 1993, down in Springfield. Our state actually proclaimed itself the chili capital of the civilized world. Me and Josh had prior experience with Channel 4 because we did News Corps for Trinity Lutheran when we were growing up. And Channel 4, I seen the flyers, got any good ideas, call us. And Lansing has a TV station. It's time,
right.
Let's get some shows on there. That's what I felt. Let's get some shows on there and interact with the townspeople of Lansing. Lansing's a great town, and with great people. Us not working at LNN, we weren't like like a high school all-star jam band type thing, like they show like talent festivals. We were just two regular townsfolk.
Yeah, right.
Who got a show, which was cool.
It was a very brave move.
Yeah, that was
to sort of start it, and it was a brave move to pick us up and take a chance with us. And I got to thank Ellen for that.
Tune in to What You Got Cooking, where we're chicken set. Hey! Hey! Next up.
Hey, do it again! Too loud!
Chicken satay.
Got some spicy right.
Spicy, right?
Spicy right. Hey!
Next episode. What you got cooking? We got some great chicken. We got some spectacular chicken.
Chicken satay.
Got some fluffy white rice.
Hey!